What's up, everyone? This is Diego with Listenersnotes. Today we're going to be doing a review of the new album from Lorde titled Melodrama. Lorde is a pop artist out of New Zealand who received a lot of mainstream success with a couple singles, especially the song Royals, which blew up. The song was being played constantly when it came out, but it always sounded a lot more unique in comparison to a lot of the pop contemporaries out there. Lorde seems to care about her craft. She cares about her lyrics. She cares about the instrumental she's on, and it translates into her work. Still, when I was going into Melodrama, I was excited to see where she has progressed since then. I avoided all of the singles just to avoid spoiling this album, and after repeated listens, I have to say that this is my favorite pop album of the year so far. There's just so much depth to it. It's not like the Chainsmokers' last album where it's just chasing an EDM trend. Lorde has multiple influences and different styles, but she manages to put those together and make them sound consistent. It's actually amazing how Lorde manages to go from a synth pop instrumental to a more experimental indie pop type instrumental, and she fits over a trap flavored beat easily. But this album, it has all of those different styles, but it never feels like a mess, just because the tone, the mood, the overall sound is consistent. And that really goes a long way. As far as the songs on this album, though, I feel like we're hit with great song after great song after great song. The songs here are subtle, but I don't mind it. It just takes me a lot longer to figure out what I feel about the songs, but that's not a bad thing at all. As far as highlights go, Homemade Dynamite has an absolutely sticky hook. It's catchy, the vocal melody is great. I really love how punchy the beat is on this instrumental, and the tinny synthesizers on this hook have a lot of texture and flavor, and they really add to the song. The track Hard Feelings has a really slow build up until a synth arpeggio enters the mix, and that really adds to the hook. Hooks throughout this entire album are fantastic. There's a lot of catchy ones, a lot of memorable ones. This, and back to Hard Feelings, it closes out with these synth embellishments that just sound fantastic. It sounds very wild. The texture, again, I would say the word tinny. It's interesting sound, and I love it. But then it transitions into the song Loveless, which I feel like could have been a nice song, but it's so short. It's like 2 minutes, and it doesn't have time to develop at all. And then it closes with easily one of the most frustrating fade outs I've heard in a long time. It just ruins the entire track, and it's baffling why they couldn't just write an ending or keep this song going. Why do you need one hook? You do a short verse, and when you're going into the second hook, you do this slow, drawn out fade out. It's the most lazy and pointless thing I think I've ever heard. But back to highlights. Writer in the Dark is a fantastic track. It's a low-key piano ballad, and but really the highlight here is the vocals. Lorde did her thing here. The hook on this song is fantastic. All of the vocals are fantastic lyrically. She's just talking about not being able to forget her ex, I guess, and sort of like she frames it like, you should have known that I wouldn't have forgotten you. You kind of asked for it, which is kind of funny to me. Another track that I like is Liability. It's an emotional piano ballad. It's about isolation and loneliness. Like, people only want to be around Lorde because she's Lorde, and then in the long term they see her as a liability, and she has to sort of learn how to love herself and nurture her relationship with herself. And there's also a reprise for this song that is a solid interlude in my opinion. It's not really a fully developed song, but I don't mind it as an interlude. I feel like it doesn't it's not like ultra skippable, and it doesn't ruin anything, so I don't mind that. And then the song Perfect Places, in my opinion, is a very anthemic closer with a driving beat and some piano and some guitar on the hook. It's a really good ending to the album, and it has another catchy hook, which is just, it feels like it's a staple with this album. Throughout this album, the memorability, I feel like, is just so much more possible because the hooks are well written, because the different sounds and textures that are applied here. Still, I do have plenty of complaints. The song the Louvre is the opposite of memorable. It's just so boring. Not only is the song really underwhelming, but the vocal effect on Lorde, which I hear it in certain parts, is super distracting. And the spoken word, broadcast the boom and make them all dance to it, is so corny, and no, it doesn't fit. Regardless, I don't think there's another song that I don't like, to be honest. There are a few songs where I'm like, it's okay. But I enjoy the hell out of this album. There's a lot of subtlety, a lot of great vocal performances, which is what I want. The overall mood and the sound just feels so well crafted. It's what I want from a pop album, and this is easily one of the best pop albums I've heard this year, like I said, and I think this is the best thing Lorde has made so far. This album is an easy 82 out of 100 for me, but let me know what you guys think of it. Is this one of her best albums? You know, what did she do here for you? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video.